Hello, Maria here, Fourth Dimension. What's the message for the collective for Friday, November 7th? What's the message for the collective? I'm going to pull a few oracle cards. You might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Weird. I shuffled this deck several times, and I still got the card I pulled yesterday from the top. I might take another one. You might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You might have somebody with these heavy placements in their chart. They might like to gamble. They might tell you that they had a big win in their life. They're feeling hopeful about coming back. Like I'm getting hits on maybe this person struggled with worth, or they knew the value of $1 in this relationship. Maybe you had struggled with money. I'm going to just peek. I have a water sign that it did come up in the reverse. So I feel if you're dealing, or you are a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and searching. Somebody's trying to, you might have this person blocked, but they're thinking of you. And this is why, is I feel like they kept some secrets. And I feel like they're hiding the truth, or there might have been a situation, options in pregnancy. It just feels like shady behavior, butterflies. Somebody's going through an awakening, I feel, and a transformation. Let me check on jackpot. This card shouldn't even be in there. Laughter. They miss your laughter. They have a bit of a control problem. They want the relationship to pace at their own speed, I keep hearing. They're also a bit of a control freak. This person might be a type A personality, or you take it as it resonates, but it's very much, I like things in order and I'm not going to move forward until I have all my ducks in a row. So I kind of feel like you're dealing with a past, feels like a soulmate. You had a relationship with this person. You laughed a lot. They miss the laughter. They want to celebrate. This is people drinking on the card. They want to go out, take you out, reconcile. This is somebody who had, I feel, accomplished a few goals in their life, so they feel better about themselves to come forward, but they have some secrets. They might have been getting, I feel very much like this person might be getting out of a relationship to come and see you. They're going through legal issues. That's what I said, divorce. Acts rich, throws around money, maybe dresses with the labels and the fancy stuff. But that's kind of the vibe I get, is that maybe this person felt insecure. They like high quality, high ticketed items. It felt like it gave them a sense of security or power or ego. And I kind of get the sense that somebody is recognizing, maybe, I don't know if I don't feel like they changed a lot, but they're like, they might be working on self-esteem or trying to provoke an awakening. They feel like they missed something with It's Your Time in the reverse. They missed an opportunity. They may have even been two-faced, meaning told you two stories. Show up happy, but really depressed. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I don't miss that person at all. And they're absolutely devastated, living in anxiety. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Last deck, real quick, is it says, I'm used to getting my way. This is the card I pulled yesterday. I'm used to getting my way, but you put me in my place. I just want to peek. I'm just nosy. I'm learning how to love myself now, thanks to you. Boom. So this is, I love it when I'm right. I love it when the spirit shows up, because I'm feeling like this person is struggling with self-esteem, and there's a lot of conditions around this person about releasing so they can absorb a new life. You may not fit the profile, okay? You're not like anybody they've ever dated. Maybe they dated somebody really in the limelight or center stage. But with that, they have all the drama that comes with this person. Somebody who's like, I see them like selfie, and they got to be posting stuff. And you're like, it's appealing. They cute. And it could be, I'm talking to a guy, I feel. But at the end of the day, absorbed, self-absorbed. And behind the doors, they're not as nice as they pretend to be. They say some harsh things, do some I feel like this person evokes jealousy. So that might be your person's person. I don't know. But I feel like whoever I'm reading for, if you're a masculine, you're recovering over superficial relationships and coming into a depth of understanding of who you are. You're awakening, you're transforming. Whoever I'm reading for, let's start there. You're transforming. This energy is transformational because you're deciding what's really important to you. And the things that you pour love, attention, energy, cash, time, all the things in, they don't match the energy you're in now. So when these people, retrograde is here, it's real. They come back and they're knocking on your door, wondering, how you doing? How you been? I miss your face, miss our chats, that sort of thing. Of course they do, because you are the empath that is like a moth to a flame. You're the flame. So I feel like you're still attractive. And even now, after this loss, this pain, this depression, this anxiety, this dark night that you've been in, this hermit, your flame has gotten stronger. It's funny is pain does that. Pain forces empaths to go within, and that's just the character of an empath, is we discern how do we end up in the situation, what do I need to do differently, what does self-love look like. You might be big into the outdoors. I feel camper, hiker, take the dog for a walk kind of vibe. It's like a Coloradan. you gotta love the outdoors if you live in Colorado. You have to. And it feels very much like that energy. Like I'm just on to my next chapter. I'm going to just enjoy my space. I feel pretty okay. I feel pretty balanced. You're not chasing nothing. You're happy and content. Hangman, this person's seeing you in a different light, and it's a perspective. So you might have wanted a commitment with this person, or you wanted to have understanding in the secrets and the third parties and possibly a marriage that wasn't completely over, or partnership. It feels like living together. These two people live together, and they might have shaped it around finances or kids or whatever. And you believe that it was really just convenience that they were staying, is maybe a little different because they didn't make the promise. They didn't keep the promises they were making to you. I think you're looking at life in a different perspective. Both of you are mirroring each other. This could be a twin flame. I feel like heavy on the Aquarius, heavy on the swords. Yeah, Queen of Swords to the Four of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody, I just want to make sure I'm getting all the energy before I speak. Like somebody's carrying a heavy past resentment towards you for what you said, what you did. You put boundaries up, and you might have resentment towards this person, of course. I'm just going to ask you to release it. It's only keeping us from elevating, right? You're independent. You might be dealing with a Libra, an Aries, Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo. Heavy on the Leo. I don't have a strength card out, but I'm picking Leo up. I just feel like this person is defending. Somebody's defending a relationship and a commitment because they want marriage, harmony, home, stability, community. Somebody wants to come forward and have a conversation with you because they see the perspective a little differently. They made a wrong choice, I feel, back here. Because I have the Five of Swords here in the reverse, which is carrying resentment, desire to reconcile. So the person that you had this fallout with wants to come back and reconcile. They see you as practical, nurturing, loving, kind. And the irony here is the Four of Wands doesn't represent marriage to me, not in this read. It might feel like all you wanted was a deeper understanding of community involvement, like something you could build on. The castle can be representative of everything in the background. You're trying to build this, but it feels like stability. You wanted something, maybe this person was in and out, hot and cold, never told you where they stood or where you stood in the relationship, never really put boundaries around this thing. And this feels to me, this person wanted union to develop that relationship. I don't think it really it feels like more friendship, companionship, lover, that sort of thing, moving into a space of commitment, right? Now, like, let's see how things go. Now this person is struggling, legal issues. They might be going through immigration, or I'm reading for a few folks, but either immigration, they need They're considering going back. If you had married somebody of a different nationality, or you were in a relationship with somebody with a different nationality, from a different country, that might be part of the issue. They're hopeful for a change. They're hopeful. You, I feel, I'm getting total, it feels like reconciliation vibes, but it also is validation. I feel like you're totally moved on from this. You loved this person tremendously. You would have done anything. Here we go. Four of Pentacles, Judgment, Ten of Wands, the King of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords. Shady behavior. Shady, 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 shady. I'm going to clarify Four of Swords now. Bottom of the deck. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Cups in the reverse. Is this a reverse deck? Oh, so let's put them in the upright. I'm holding the deck upside down. There we go. Bottom of the deck in the upright. Ten of Cups. Ace. At the King of Pentacles, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and Four of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Fool. Missing an opportunity that you closed. Moving on. Feeling very apathetic and concerned about your apathy. Excuse me. Somebody's trying to move forward for abundance. Moving in a different direction. New job, new opportunity, new money. So, your person, or the person I'm reading for, or you, I suppose, may be going through a bit of a change with this Four of Pentacles to Judgment. It's very much review and rebirth about their need to control, what money means to them, feeling overly burdened, extra responsibility. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Wanting to offer a new opportunity, justice. And this is in the reverse. So whatever they went towards fell apart and they're walking away. They wanted a new beginning. So it's kind of like if you were in a relationship with somebody and they went for greener pastures, justice is occurring because what they went to that was better than you, and they may have shared that they were better than you. I'm not even kidding. Like they might have gone to somebody else for the potential financial gain. If I'm reading for a guy, you hooked up with a woman that, or a man, whomever, they chose someone else to move into a relationship or a situationship because it looked on the surface financially sound, only to find out there's no cash there. There's no money there. There's no security there. The house is a mess. The kids are in complete disarray. You ended up being, or this person ended up carrying the weight, the financial weight, the physical weight, the extra responsibilities to maintain this. They walked away. Now I feel like the energy is conserving all their energy and focusing on self. And they are entering into, it could be you, new relationships. You might have been in the hermit mode for a long time. Now, if this isn't happening now, if you're like, Maria, I'm in the hermit mode, just wait, because your day's right around the corner where you're meeting somebody new. This thing that puts you on your tail, you invested in, just know karma's happening for that other person, that this person, the one that was fancy, we'll say, you'll know who I'm talking about, that was obsessed with attention, affection, glitter. It's just, I feel like, bedazzle, they're bedazzling their life. So this person who's really focused on shiny stuff, their life's falling apart. And I feel it's because you or your person pulled their energy back and now is focusing on self. This had to happen. This had to happen to, the balance that happens in justice is the equilibrium. So, a couple things. One, if you're in a court case that somebody was going after somebody else's money, it failed, right? This person, whoever I'm reading for, feels very heavy, Capricorn as well. The balance is occurring. The balance is occurring. Right behind that, I got the Devil to the Death card behind the Ten of Cups. I just said that. So a transformation, a death, a rebirth. Somebody wants to come back from the past. What's hiding in here? Nine of Wands. Overly concerned about having a conversation. Feeling stressed. Feeling like it. And it feels very much, there is no love. I'm done. There is no such sense of love. Nobody's going to find me. Everybody's the same way. And it's the darker side of our thoughts trying to hold us in a space of hopelessness. But right around the corner, you're hopeful. It is going to be your time. But right now, I feel like you need to heal from this and close this other cycle out for the transformation to be complete. King of Cups. And the King of Cups can be any sign, but it's somebody who's typically mature, accomplished, balanced emotionally, has some sense. That's lovely. But very forgiving, diplomatic. And I feel very much an empath. He's the most empathic in the Kings, wanting to come forward and reconcile because they got on their tail. They got put down on their tail. And they can't get you and what you said out of their mind. They've been sitting in a space of meditative prayer. They might be going through some hard work right now on self. They want to put in the effort. I have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, which is not working hard, but taking a space to research self-love, apprenticeship, learning a new craft, learning a new understanding of thought. You're opening your brain. It's like being in college. And they might be in college. It just feels like before I step through the door of this new path, I better understand the things I've been through, I've walked away from, the opportunities I've missed because I've been so ego-driven, stuck in this thing that I've wanted for so long with this person, this new beginning that I feel failed, and now I got a ringing in the ears. They're sitting unpacking all this. I think all you wanted was an opportunity to have a conversation to get depth. This is a long-standing relationship, and this is somebody who's been trying to manifest you back or the sense of you back. It doesn't necessarily mean you, but somebody who's like, the things you said awaken them to the point that they've researched the things you said. So if you said you're really a narc, whatever, they're researching what are the characteristics of that. Or maybe you're an avoidant. Well, I better figure out what that means. Like, this is somebody who they're listening. They're very, very observant, and they're listening to what you're saying, and they're applying it. They want to have a new relationship. And this also means self-love. Looking back, they want to put the work in. They want to spend some time, leave the drinking, the partying, and the girls and the guys and the situation behind. Now, that being said, it's almost like we're hitting rock bottom. It can't get worse. There's nothing else. I have nothing to lose. So I might as well approach my person, have a conversation. They're going through recovery. They need recovery, but recovery can be a multitude of things. Trauma, you're pretty chill. There's not a lot of chaos in your life. You don't look for it. You don't run from it, but you don't entertain it. You don't say, hey, Satan, come on in, have a sit down. That's not so I feel like your energy is helpfulness, empath, right? But you're also very mindful of this person and their shenanigans. You definitely know, you can read energy. I feel like you are super intuitive. You can read a room super quickly, down to the soul. I keep hearing that, down to the soul. I had a guy who knocked on our door, friend of my ex-husband. We were young. We weren't even married yet. So I was probably 19, 20. And this friend of my ex showed up. And I am the most empathic. I've taken 3 spiritual tests in church. And every single one of them came up as hospitality. So like, you come in my house, it's like Sheldon on the Big Bang. Would you like would you like a warm beverage? Would you like a cinnamon roll? What can I do to help you feel comfortable? Do is it okay? I want to have a conversation before we begin. I want to, that's always been my energy. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Let's talk. And the irony here is, when the guy knocked on the door, I stopped him. I had my hand up like this and I said, how can I help you? And he says, I'm looking for a name to my spouse or ex-spouse. And I said, interesting. Okay, why don't you wait here? And I shut the door. I never have done that. Never in my life. And I had this feeling of entertaining the lower energies, right? So I walked into a different room. I had to walk into a different room and I called him and I said, where are you at? And he says, I'm about 10 minutes out, la la la. I said, who's this dude? Long story short, every fiber of my being showed up, intuitive or not, way before I ever even knew about tarot. And I just said, I don't like him. Don't know why, don't like him. Stay there, sir. And come to find out a week later, this is a person who manipulated and abused little people. And come to find out, he also was a part of a tribe, let's use that word, that also masked as religious people. So if you know, you know. Immediately called the place that this person was staying and had some concerns, and he was reshuttled to a different state within about 6 hours of the phone call. So the thing that tipped it off was there was no soul in his eyes when I looked at him. He was soulless, and he was dark, and he was, the energy around him was all completely no light in this person for somebody who's supposed to be a light worker. So maybe that might be your person. They might come off as being kind, generous, loving, kind, giving, helpful on the surface, but underneath they may have been stuck in something that consumed them. Could be lust of greed, money, desire to be something they're not. It feels very much like I've lost myself a long time ago. This person misses you. They want to talk. They want to come back. And I feel like it's your person's person, wants to amend with your person. That's what I feel. But it also feels like, what do I got to do to get this back? This person's almost feeling like panicky because they're hitting a financial rock bottom. They're going through court. They're looking at issues. Like, it's a big deal. Emperor, that's how they see you. Male, female. You might have gotten a new job. It could be an Aries. You also have Scorpio now on the board. All the fixed signs. What's the outcome of this? Now my ear's ringing again. The Magician in the reverse. Manipulator. Can't make it up. Poor planning, untapped talents, insecure, lack of confidence, narcissist. What? I love it when spirit shows up for me. So this is kind of like you're back and forth, in and out, hot and cold energy. I don't think much has changed. Like I said, they might have implemented the few things that you've shared, but this person, I feel, is up in their head. And that's, I think, the fear is that you see them as a manipulator. You see them as a narcissist. They were heavily burdened. Two different decks, same message. Nine of Wands, King of Swords to the Two of Swords to the Knight of Swords. So this is somebody who wants to rush in. Again, heavy on the logic, heavy. It's somebody who's been cool, who has been withholding love from you. Could be a Sagittarius or this person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. These are all heavy thinkers, strategizers, defenders, justice, because the justice card is Libra. So somebody wants to rush in and make a difficult decision. Let me rephrase. You're having to stand your ground regarding somebody rushing in, and you have to make a difficult decision. This is testing your faith. They're action-driven, moving forward. You might actually be, you might be on the way. You've already kind of left this situation. You've gone through some pretty dark nights, and it feels like a month or maybe two have gone by since you've talked to this person, and it was a harsh conversation about what do you want. Hierophant, commitment, strategy, stability. Now they want it. Now they want to come back and make amends. They want to transition. They want to, I feel like a move is going to have to happen between the two of you, Taurus and Aquarius, to fight for this thing, because the distance is killing you if you don't live at the, you know, close to the Empress, to the Ace of Swords. Somebody wants to bridge the gap. They want to come forward. They want to be, have a conversation. They see you as abundance, male or female. They see you as abundance. They see you as divine. They're moving in silence. They're not sharing anything with anybody. They're not talking about you. They might be watching you online, groupie. They have a lot of karmic friends around them. Some of their friends might have even seen your posts or video or pictures online and said, yeah, he cute. I do. They feel like they are cursed. I can't even begin this. So this is trauma. Whenever I see the haunted, this is somebody who's going and unpacking. And it's not just you. You are the vessel to communicate the message. They're unpacking some they're getting some clarity, and they're doing that introspective work, High Priestess, using their intuition to guide themselves, I feel, through retrogrades, karmic relationships, conversations. Not necessarily, you might hear the reader say, it's a test. I think it's just life. You know, retrogrades bring cause and effect. And so if I put an energy out there where I wanted a commitment and it didn't pan out, now all these people are changing their mind and now they want commitment, is just cause and effect. Justice, right? It's just the balancing of the energy that you put out there. Determining, well, you wanted this, it took us a little while, we got it back to you. This person is transforming, and there's a lot of death to dreams. Like they're waking up to the situation isn't going to change, the people aren't going to move forward, and they're releasing it. Thank you, Jesus. You know, to go get what they want. I love this. Whew. So these people, like, these are major choices, changes, challenges these people have been facing. If your person has been ideally in the past a people pleaser, they're standing on their own 2 feet, knowing what they want finally and moving forward. They're communicating boundaries, first time everywhere, and they're standing on them. They're saying, no, thank you. People are being felt left out in the cold. You or your person might have come through some major abundance change, lifestyle change, good news, blessings, but this is because you or your person have detached from karmics that, like, are energy vampires. I don't know. That's just codependency. It's all it is. And speaking your truth openly without fear of retro. It's like what I deserve. I deserve better than this. That's all you said. I feel. I'm really proud of you. This has not been easy, you know, and you're dealing with people that historically want or have gotten away with manipulation, and they have definitely taken advantage of that energy that you gave. And it's not, I don't feel like there's any negative feelings towards the person. You're just not going to entertain anything that doesn't match your energy. They're hopeful, though. They're very hopeful that there's a reconciliation. It's not quite time. They're living in anxiety. They want to take you on vacation. They might even have a vacation planned to want to take you with, and they're watching you glow up. That's it. So you might have put the brakes on everything outside of what's important to me. I'm just going to focus on me. Beautiful energy. It's not self-centered. It's very much giving, loving, kind, and your energy could be still inclusive of friends, family. You know, you're still enveloping this tribe that you love, and it feels like you're exiting the ones that aren't matching your energy, that aren't supporting you. So, or they are, it doesn't matter. Last card. Karmic partner interference. So there was a third party, and a karmic partner could be anything. Drugs, alcohol, schmexual stuff. So it's just the behavior that surrounds fear, trauma, all the things. But in this case, I do feel it is a third party. And they're getting signs and synchronicities. They're going through a transformation and awakening. It says, I can't stop thinking about you. I'm seeing the synchronicities and it's driving me insane. So they're getting messages. They're getting, you are as well. Yours might, I feel like yours might be, or theirs, I don't know. I'm just getting numbers 444, 777, 1111, that sort of thing. 222, making decisions, reconciliation, 333, etc. You might see it on the phone, the clock, license plates, random numbers, computer random numbers, things in an email, time, big thing with time. Also, I think this last moon has really changed and altered your person's perspective of what they believe. So it's been an awakening for this person. So I think they're finally starting to believe that the universe is for them. Nothing and absolutely nothing happens in this universe by mistake if you're, in the canoe and you trust the divine to carry them to the next message or to the next day through the next passage. This is really beautiful energy. You're just sitting and chilling. I didn't even pick up much of your energy. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I felt like if it is you, let me know. If you like this video, it's a random one, different for sure. Hit the hype button. There is a reconciliation coming. It might happen this weekend. Keep me posted. If you want a personal reading, link below to my calendar. Go ahead and find me there and connect. But there is a lot. This is a long time coming. If this is somebody you've wanted to reconcile with, and this person had to exit out or close out, court cases, a divorce, leave somebody, this is finally occurring for this to continue. And there's been some abundance on one end, I feel, not on the other. But they want to come and make amends. Each person here has to discern if their person is somebody and this is something they want to invest in. So love and light to you. Thank you for hyping, subscribing, and liking. And I super appreciate all the positive comments because you're helping everybody on this journey level up. So take care. Have a great day.